I'm gonna be sharing with you guys how I manifested my InStyle cover. If you did not know, I mean, I'm gonna brag on myself a little bit because this is an achievement and I think I deserve to talk highly of myself. In March of 2024, I became the first petite model, short model, 5'1" model to grace the cover of a high fashion magazine. And I am so grateful that that happened because this is way long overdue. So I'm just gonna walk you guys through how I did it. If you're one of those people who are going to come in my comment section and accuse me of faking it or whatever, even though the proof is right in front of you, you're just gonna get blocked immediately. So you might as well just save your energy. We don't feed into that BS here. Thanks. So around 2023, that is when I decided, I was like, you know what, why not? Because I do admit I was kind of playing small before. My first ever big modeling manifestation was making like a very important New York Fashion Week debut for House of Artie. If you don't know who she is a luxury brand for petite women, which we desperately needed. For like actual petite women, like actually. I made my New York Fashion Week debut with 4 other petite models, including Marissa Rose, who is the first 4'11" petite model and also my co-founder for Height Revolution. Mind you, we did not know that we were making history. We didn't even know we were gonna model for a petite brand. We had no idea. So it's kind of like, I'll make another video on that, but it's like, it just fell right into my lap, the opportunity. Literally right after I had told myself I'm going to walk in New York Fashion Week this year. I stopped playing small with myself. I said, you know what? Magazines are something that models are always on or in, and I want to be on the cover of them. I made a list of every single magazine that I wanted to be in. It was Harper's Bazaar, it was Elle Marie Claire, which is coming out and I'm very proud of. And it was Vogue, which is also coming out and I'm very proud of. And it was Grazia, Instyle. All of those magazines were on my list of magazines that I want to cover. I want to grace the cover of. I don't care what country, I just want to grace the cover of them. My main thing for doing this was because, yeah, I did want to do it. When I had first started my modeling journey, there were so many people, y'all, I like should make a video on it, but there were so many people who told me, you can't do this, you'll never be on the cover of a magazine. You can't do that, you'll never walk a runway, you'll never do this. And guess what? I did it. So what now? Funny thing being, those people being in my DMs now, like, let's work together. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I would just rather keep it real with you guys. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. I made the list, and I think the very same night, or maybe it was the day after, I don't remember if I fell asleep while making the list, but I had told myself I am going to be on the cover of every single one of these magazines, period. And so after I had told myself that with literal conviction, because I was kind of angry, so I told myself I am going to grace it. I think it was possibly right after, like maybe a day later, someone had reached out to me on Instagram. However, I didn't end up checking those messages because I'm really bad at Instagram. I did recently hire a social media manager because I just can't do it. I'm sorry. Like I don't know, girl. I did not check my messages until around January. And that was like maybe 3 weeks to a month later. I'm so sorry. And I could have been on there so much sooner if I would have just saw it, but you know what, it's fine. At least I was. I checked my messages on Instagram, I checked my DMs, and it was from an account that places, I don't know how to explain it. They place people on the cover of magazines. Like they place celebrities on the cover of magazines. They place rising stars. They place basically public figures if they see fit, if the magazine would like them to be on the cover. I thought it was a scam, not gonna lie to you. I thought it was a scam. And when I had checked the message, it was something like, it was a very long message. I don't have permission to post it. I really wanted to, and I was waiting on their reply. That's why this video was delayed, but they never replied to me about it, so it's fine. But their message was something like, hey, are you interested in being on the cover of Glamour? Because it was Glamour at first. Glamour was the magazine that they had reached out for or on behalf of, and I had missed it. Stupid me. By the time I had responded, they had already placed someone else on the cover of that magazine, so I was very sad. The message was something like, hey, are you interested in being on the cover of Glamour? We're doing an issue about diversity and inclusivity, and we would love to have you on that issue. Let me know if you're interested, and we can give you more details about the concept and more details about XYZ. Mind you, I was new, I still am new to this whole fashion industry, to like legit opportunities. I had spent my entire career, like not really career, so I don't really see myself having a legit career until 2022, even though I have been at it since like 2021, but it's fine. I guess it's not much of a difference. But I had been met with many modeling scams, and if you are new here, there are a lot of people out there scamming vulnerable girls because they think that the girls want it bad enough that they'll do literally anything. So they think they can maybe get a couple of dollars out of them, a couple of nude photos out of them or whatever to get them where they want to be. And that's just no legit opportunity is going to force you to submit a picture of yourself with no clothes on in order to be considered to be a model. And no one's gonna, no legit company or legit brand is going to tell you to pay $5,000 or $2,000 in order to be their next top model or whatever. I had been through runway scams, I had been through campaign scams, I had been through agency scams where they were like, you gotta pay to be a part of the agency, which you don't, by the way. If someone tells you that, you run because they are not legit. I was just very wary because back then I was very young and I was like 18, 19 when I had first got my foot wet in modeling. And I was also like 16 as well, when I developed interest in it. And unfortunately, that was one of the first scams. First thing that I was met with was a scam. And I was just very, very wary because I was growing up when this happened. Obviously, I'm more informed and I'm more aware of what's legit and what's not legit. I did think it was a scam, although I did check out their profile and they did seem very legit. And I had reached out to previous people that they had worked with, which is pro tip, please do that. If you are confused if someone is a scam or not, reach out to their previous clients or models or whatever to see if they actually are legit or how they actually treat their people, you know, make sure that you're safe in the circumstance and the situation. I did reach out to a few people and they told me, yeah, they're legit. They placed me on this cover, they placed me on that cover, you should go for it. And so I was like, okay. So I finally had responded and I was like, I'm so sorry for the late reply. Yes, let me know if you have anything else coming out. I'm interested in anything else that you have. Yeah, let me know. They had told me that they think that I really deserve to be placed on a magazine on the front cover. I really deserve to have my story heard, which yes, I do. I'm very thankful that they saw that because I definitely do. They were like, we're going to reach out to other magazines that we work with, and we're going to see if any of the other ones would like to have you on the cover. Also, thank you so much to Glamour for actually being the first to see me because that actually means a lot because there are so many people. Glamour is a really big magazine, by the way, and there are so many people who would rather look down on someone who is short than elevate them and help them tell their story. So thank you, Glamour, I love y'all. A week later, they had reached out to me, they had pitched me to magazines and they were like, Instyle is interested. Instyle is also a very popular magazine. If you don't know, I'll place some like covers of Instyle here, I guess. See them? Cool. They had basically told me that the January and February issues were taken. I think that what I'm learning is they plan way in advance for magazines. They had given me the March issue of InStyle and it was InStyle Moldova, I believe. InStyle Moldova. InStyle, they have an Instagram where it's like InStyle and it was InStyle Europe, which is like, I think all of like the countries in Europe are molded together and they're just placed on the Instagram Instyle.eu. I had photos from Vivian Arthur, who was a really, really, really good photographer. I believe she does photography for Alice and Olivia and other really, really cool big brands and celebrities. She also works with agencies. She's really cool. You guys should book with her if you ever need photos in LA or Miami. And that happened, so I ended up on the cover and this is my cover. Since you've heard my entire story, I want you guys to understand that the how does not matter. The how and manifestation does not matter at all, because let me tell you, when I did this, I just made my list. And also this was another question, but when I made my list, no, I did not care about the specific order that I put the magazines in, and no, I did not care about the specific order that it manifested, and no, I did not put my awareness on the specific order. I didn't care. I just knew that all of those magazines, of course, I know what I want. I know that my subconscious knows because my subconscious is just me. Like it's just me. It's not separate from me. It's just me. So of course I know what I want. Of course my mind knows what I want. It's me. I didn't take time to go little by little, each one by each one. Oh, InStyle, I'm gonna be on the cover of InStyle. I'm gonna be on the cover of InStyle. That checks off. I'm gonna be on the cover of Grazi. I'm gonna be on the cover. No, I didn't do all that. I just, like I said, I knew, my mind knew what I wanted. It spawned in random order. But the how does not matter. I thought this was a scam. I didn't know that when you don't have an agency, when you don't have any connections, at the time I didn't have any connections at all, period. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing and I'm figuring it out. I didn't know this was possible. Like no agency, no connections. I didn't have a publicist at the time to connect me, no PR team, no nothing. Like no foot in the door to like these people, no foot in the door to actual magazines. I did not know this was how it was going to drop into my lap. I didn't know this was how it was going to manifest. I didn't know it was a possibility. Yeah, I didn't know. I did not know. So the how doesn't matter. It literally came, it found me is my point. It came to me. I didn't have to seek out, okay, how is this going to happen? How am I going to do this? No, it came to me. It found me in my little Instagram DMs. I knew people scouted other people on Instagram, but like I said, I didn't know that they scouted people for magazines or whatever. It found me. It dropped into my lap via DM on Instagram. So that is my point to tell y'all, listen, you don't have to worry about the how. You just have to worry about having it. You just have to tell yourself you have it. And when you do, it's gonna find you, I promise you. It's literally the prime example of whoever needs to move will move, and whatever needs to move will move for you to get your manifestation. In this case, they moved to me. They found me, like I said. Also, I want to end this with some advice for the short model girlies. You already know, well, if you're new here, and if you're still watching this, if you're new here, you may not be aware that the fashion industry is not very fond of anyone or any woman under 5'7", 5'9" and up, 5'10" and up. I've even seen some for 5'11" and up. And I personally don't care what anyone has to say about that. I don't agree. And I think that if we're going to harp on diversity and inclusion, then I think short women should be included in the conversation. I mean, duh, that's inclusion, hey. It's not common for short women to be on the runway. It's not common for a short model to be on the cover of a magazine. It's not common for a short person to be on the cover of a magazine unless they have something else going for them, like they're being recognized as a singer or an actress, actor, a dancer, a CEO, a millionaire, I don't know, an interviewer, a host, and a talk show host. That is like the exception when you're already a celebrity, when you've already had something going for you. I don't have anything else going for me at the moment. I'm not an actress, I'm not a singer, I'm not a host, I'm not a YouTuber, whatever. I was recognized as a short model, and I think that if you guys want to be recognized, whether it be on magazines, on runway, my advice to you is to keep going, and my advice to you is to literally put yourself out there, because you don't know who's watching. I'm telling you, you don't know who's watching. You don't know who's gonna see you. You don't know who's coming across your page. You don't know who's talking about you behind closed doors. You don't know what room your name is in right now. It could be in Vogue's room at the moment. It could be in coming out of Anna Wintour's mouth. You don't know. Tyra Banks could be talking about you right now. Tyra Banks could come across your profile, or Naomi Campbell be like, oh, her concept is really interesting. Do you know how many times I had no idea that the people that I looked up to, the older models from the 90s or early 2000s, mid 2000s, have come across my profile and have DM'd me and have followed me and told me, I love what you're doing. I love everything about you. I love your concept. And I'm so honored, honestly. It just goes to say, you don't know who's watching you. You don't know. All I did was mind my business and keep putting my stuff out there and keep advocating for short women and keep booking campaigns and making connections and I don't know, everything you can do on social media. Use social media to your advantage. That's what I did. I think nowadays that is like the biggest way to get, that's like the most common way, I should say, rather. The most common way to get seen or noticed. Any app, literally Instagram, Twitter, oh my God, Twitter, you guys, Twitter. Twitter has been my biggest help in getting these opportunities, because people have found me on Twitter. Casting directors have found me on Twitter. I literally booked Uproxx, Erica, if you're watching this, hey girl, Uproxx I got my Uproxx interview because of Twitter. She reached out to me. I don't know how she found me, but I do remember her saying that she has been into law of attraction, law of assumption, and that is how she found me. New York Weekly, Twitter. Literally everyone, that almost all of my connections, if not through my team, through Twitter. Literally through Twitter and Instagram. Even LinkedIn can help you. And I know people like to shit on her, but she's that girl. And if you know how to work a room, and if you know how to connect with people, LinkedIn is your girl. Like she's your girl. And you never know who's gonna be willing to connect with you. Also, you can literally manifest, this person wants to connect with me. This brand wants to work with me. That concludes my advice. Put yourself out there, please. You don't know who's watching you. So do it. Stop being afraid, or stop being inconsistent, or stop being lazy. Put yourself out there. And it goes for acting too. It could go for acting as well. But put yourself out there. Do it with the mindset of, okay, this is my life. Like, I already am what I want to be. I am exactly who I think I am. With that confident mindset, because that's going to get you so far. It's going to get you further than the meek mindset of, oh, I'm just a upcoming influencer, I'm just an upcoming model, you know, I don't have much going for me. No one's gonna feel bad for you, babes. They're just not gonna choose you. Like, that's all, because you're not even choosing yourself. You need to change your mindset and you need to keep going, period. That's all. If you have any questions or whatever, let me know. Even I might do a modeling Q&A. So if y'all have questions about modeling and how to get into it, let me know. And thank y'all for watching. And yeah, bye.